Hello YouTube and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 House of Mordecius, where we've spent a lot of the last year mostly just biding our time, losing in some raids, you know, normal Crusader Kings 3 type shit. But mostly just trying to get on our feet so that this year we can launch some wars and potentially try to expand our borders past what they have been for the past couple years. If you like this video, please make sure to like it, please make sure to comment, let me know what you think of Crusader Kings 3 and House of Mordecius, and make sure to subscribe so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. A quick little point on that last one, you know, a lot of YouTubers will tell you to hit the bell. I think the bell is fucking annoying, to be honest. I mean, like, who wants to be notified every time somebody uploads a video? I mean, realistically, when I go to YouTube, I want to see who I want to see on my feed. I don't necessarily want like a notification on my phone clogging up my already busy phone workload that I have to do every time I open my phone. Rant aside, yeah, you're gonna want to subscribe because there's gonna be some hot shit coming your way here pretty soon on this channel. So let's go ahead and press play here and let the 1st of January 874 turn today, and we'll go ahead and take a look at our situation here. We've got some armies being raised in good old Ossory, which I'm not a big fan of. It's looking like, yeah, it looks like we've got some raiders here. They better not be coming for me or I'm gonna be real mad. They're not gonna like it when I get mad. We've got 917 troops with more on the way, and it looks like they actually might be heading for us. First Raiders of Leinster. Let's see what we can do once we've got a little bit more troops under our belt and see where they're actually heading. Oh, and they've stopped in Ormond for some reason. God only knows what goes on in the minds of some of these leaders. Unlike me, a perfectly rational and smart totalitarian ruler. Ooh, here's a learn language challenge. The Lure of Poetry. Ah, Spiced Wine by the Lake by Mathilde of Boulogne. Bologna? Truly a great collection of droit vulgaire poetry, penury and wrath. When red-plumed war comes to his lands, it cannot have expected this firebrand. Then all shall tremble as he takes field, his scything blows, too harsh to heal. Perhaps I should try my hand at poetry too. So we've got a couple options here. We can try our hand at poetry. We have a 74% chance of gaining the trait Poet, which gets us a lot of stuff. We get diplomacy per level of fame +1, plus 5% monthly prestige, plus 10% stress loss. And this scheme that we're doing, I believe, gets a plus 10% chance at succeeding. Now there is a 25% chance that we just don't do it. We also gain a little bit of stress because we are impatient and it's not going by quickly enough for us. One thing we can do is recite a romantic poem for our wife, Dergail. She would gain 20 opinion of us for 20 years, and she would grow closer to forming an intimate relationship with us. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, if you've never played this game at least, like, what could be more intimate than her literally being married to you and having children with you? But in this game, there's a little bit of a difference between being married to someone and sort of actually being a romantic interest of them. Like, you might marry somebody for strategic reasons and not necessarily love them, and you might fall in love with somebody but not necessarily want to be married to them because of, you know, alliances and whatever court politics could be happening at the time. So, you know, although she is married to us, this would give us a better chance of actually kind of like becoming, you know, soulmates or lovers. And this option down here basically just says we don't have time for poetry, but we gain the trait Poetry Collector, which gives us 10% base success chance. So the question is, do I want to be known as a poet or do I want to impress my wife? That's a really good question. Well, this one gives us stress, where this one does not. And that's a big factor for me at this moment, where we're kind of on the border of almost ruining our life with stress. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to recite the poem for Dergail. You know, maybe she'll really like it. You never know. Ooh, and it looks like we are being raided up here by the First Raiders of Ailech. Now, it looks like they are raiding for loot of 9 gold. Yeah, High Chieftain Aid is here in our territory. It would reduce our county control, but honestly, I don't think that we can beat them. We're gonna let them raid. I don't think much can be done at this moment. Not good, people. Not good. We're going to need to get our army up to full force, and then we're going to want to switch our marshal back to increasing county control in Thomond. You know, and this is one of those things where being in a confederacy might have actually helped us with this situation, possibly. Or it might have proven to be a bad thing. Rose Cray has been raided by High Chieftain Aid. That bastard. Oh, and now it looks like he might be moving on to get even greedier and try to take some more gold from us. Let's see where he goes. Yep, and it looks like he probably will be heading for Lumnich. Now I have the opportunity here to raise my army and at least try to fight them, but we will definitely lose. I think I might just have to let it happen. They're only getting 3 gold from us. That is BS, my man. Absolute. The greed knows no bounds. What I think we're going to do is wait until this crosses the 1,000 troop threshold, and once it does, we will be launching our attack on Enos, because they are very weak at this moment, and we probably could take it if we were to launch our attack. And as the raiding from High Chieftain Aid ends, going to go ahead and switch into battle mode. Ooh, the age of the world. I have been studying the ancient religious texts and the writings of scholars, and they all seem to agree that the world will end 6,000 years after its creation. By my calculations, we are less than a century away. However, my friend Kasain urges me to keep it to myself. Leave it to the clergy and avoid panic. What if your calculations are wrong? So a couple paths here I can take. One is that I let everyone know what I believe to be the truth, and I get 50 learning lifestyle, I gain 150 prestige, I spend 50 piety, but this choice may lead down a path of cynicism. Also, our friend, Kasain, loses 15 opinion of us. Honestly, he's got 100 opinion of us. I'm not really too worried about that. We can agree with him, which gets us a lot of piety. Piety is not really super important to us at this very moment. We would also be spending 75 prestige, of which right now we only have 80. Or I can just be like, I should talk to some more people. And that would get us 100 learning lifestyle, which honestly would be very good, but we really could use that prestige, especially if we're going to be kicking off a war here pretty soon. So we'll go ahead and relay what we believe to be the truth at this very moment. We're going to leverage that prestige we just gained into increasing our light footmen here up to rank 2. Do we want to go for rank 3? Another 90 prestige? We'll leave it where it is right now because it'll cost us even more once we actually raise them. And we'll press play here and let some time gather. We gained a level of fame. Our glory is widely known. And here we are. We've crossed the threshold into a 1035 troops. I think the time has come to declare battle upon Chieftain Aegon. I'm sorry, Chieftain Aegon, but sometimes you just have to expand, especially when we have enemies pressing in from the north. Only one of us can control the Green Isle, the Emerald Isle. We're going to spend 18 piety and declare war. This could go poorly. We're going to go to our council here. Airlaid. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave you organizing the army because we'll definitely need some more troops. Chieftain Dunkad, the time has come. I'm going to call upon you to help me take this land. Raise our armies. Our commander will be Doongle McDoongle, the man that our wife brought to our court. He will be sent in, boom, to Enos. My friend Doongle, it is up to you to take this land for us. Oh, hopefully we don't run right into... Actually, hang on, bud. You might not want to... You might not want to run into these guys here. If you run into them, it's going to be all bad. Chieftain Dunkad, of course, joins the war because Chieftain Dunkad always he's always down, man. He would jump into a ring of fire for us. Chieftain Dunkad goes ahead and raises his 589 troops. That should be more than enough to take Enos. Now, as soon as these douche nozzles pass through Enos, we will make our way over there. Boom. To the capital we go. It's good to see Drognath and Chieftain Dunkad back on the warpath again, together once more. It's been a while since we did a little warpath riding together. And here we go on 18th of June. The Battle of Enos has touched off. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, we've got quite a bit more than them, and we've also got Chieftain Dunkad coming up behind us to back us up. See how this plays out. Yes, and once they have joined our force here, we outnumber them quite a bit. We should be able to easily take Enos. Ooh, our wife has fallen pregnant. Chiefess Durgale. Must be all that poetry I'm reading to you. Now that we know that we probably won't need to bolster our numbers here soon, at least, I'm going to put Airlaid back on regaining control of Thomond, because we need to get on that ASAP. And here we go, we're just about to defeat them here at the end of July, and after their resounding defeat, we will go on to siege good old Enos. And the siege is on, the siege of Enos. 8 months left, we'll see how that plays out. Leave our troops stationed there. Victory in the Battle of Enos. And we can see here that High Chieftain Aid and High Chieftain Mugron, these two big power players here, this whole chunk of the map and this whole chunk of the map, and even he even owns Atlone as well. They're kind of going to war together. Over what? I'm not really sure, but while we're having our little spat down here with Enos, they've got their own business going on. It looks as though High Chieftain Aid is victorious, I think. Hard to tell from all the way down here in Enos, I suppose. This is one of those scary parts of Crusader Kings 3 where as you start to take more land and exert more control over, you know, the lands around you and whatnot, some big players like High Chieftain Aid, Chieftain Mugron, as well as Ivar the Boneless. Although actually I don't know where he is anymore. I think maybe his lands have changed somehow and I never really noticed. But either way, the point is basically that, like, once you start throwing your weight around, people will come out of the woodwork in order to challenge you, to take your lands, and that's when things can go from bad to really bad. As we enter into November 874, it's looking like we almost certainly will take Enos for our own, which will be a massive boon to our taxes and our levies. We gained a new perk in the lifestyle, the scholarship lifestyle. Learn on the job. 20% of counselors' primary skills added to your own. That is insane. I did not know that that was a thing. So basically 20% of all of our counselors' stats just get funneled into ours. Let's see what our stats are at now. Holy cow, we have a whopping 22 learning, 22 in diplomacy. Got a nice 14 in intrigue, as well as an 11 for our prowess. And prowess, for those of you who don't know, is basically like our actual fighting skill, like how good we are at hand-to-hand combat, not just martial, which is more like grand strategy and commanding troops, things like that. And I just realized that something's wrong with my heir, Drognath. What the hell's going on with you, bud? He's ill. Bad humors plague Drognath, and the severity of his affliction is yet to be determined. Well, Drognath, you're set to inherit everything, my lad. You can't go up and die on me right now. You just can't. If Drognath was to die, it would go to Rodan, and Rodan is currently in the court of High Chieftain Aid because he's his hostage. Now, Patricia, she of course could take the throne, but I don't think that she'd be very well respected because, well, she's a woman, and that's just how things are in 874 AD. But we'll just have to see. No use worrying about it right this second when we don't even know. Drognath could be totally okay, and we just there's no way of knowing this soon. And another one of our wives is pregnant. Chiefess Flan is bearing our child. She gained the trait pregnant. You don't say. Well, very nice, Chiefess Flan. I love how being pregnant gives you -2 prowess. It's like, yeah, you're pregnant. You're probably not going to be getting in too many fist fights. Coming up on the end of November here, and snow is casting its pall across southern Ireland as our men are just like knee deep in the snow doing battle with the city there in Enos, doing our best to take what is rightfully ours. How's this for a Christmas present? Being stationed miles away from your home, doing bloody sword death battle over what are essentially your neighbors. I have to say, part of the fun of this game is getting to play the villain in the story of history. Oh, and we are right on the verge of taking Enos. Let's see if we can take it before New Year's Day. I don't think we can, but let's see. It's coming down to the wire here. Oh, and not quite. We have 4 days left of the Siege of Enos when it comes to 31st of December 874. Man, what a year. We're almost about to take our 3rd county for our own to add to our delicious little pile that we have rocking up here. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you for checking out House of Mordecius. If you liked the video, please make sure to like it. Please make sure to comment and let me know what you think of Crusader Kings 3 and House of Mordecius. Moreover, please make sure to subscribe so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. But other than that, folks, I will see you next time.